In today's video, we will be brutally ranking running backs in the NFL. Now, I did this for receivers just like not even a week ago, so check that video out after you get to the end of this one. I'll link it at the end. So watch this one. Let me know what you think. It's going to be pretty brutal. I'm not going to hold back on some of these guys, but before we get into this video, let me remind you to check out w.gg. This is a website where you can buy energy drinks. The one's right behind me. The one's right here. They're my favorite energy drinks. Actually, there's this brand new one right here. They've got like a combo with like an anime. I don't watch it, but it doesn't matter. The flavor, Blue Tropical Punch, they call it Igris Strike. Holy moly. Phenomenal. Kind of tastes like the Blue Sweet Tarts. If you like Blue Sweet Tarts, this stuff is great. Check them out at w.gg. And guess what? This week, I know it says 10% off above me. 30% off this week only. So get it done quick. Go check out their website, w.gg. Anything on their website, my code, Shredder, 30% off. 30%. Either way, let's get to this video. Alright, here's the list we are working with today. So, you've got elite backs, number one backs, you know, really good but just not elite, good, decent, mid. This one's white because it's kind of like outside of the bracket of what it is, this number one right here. This is number two / change of pace backs. You'll see what that means more later. Guys who like, they're kind of just on a different scale because like they're not going to be an every down bell cow back, but like they're really good in the role they reprise, right? Trash, and then XFL stud, probably not. They're not even that good. They suck, okay? So, like I said, we're being pretty brutal today. Let's get right into it. First one we got. Wow, I just forgot his first name. Braylon Allen from the Jets, okay? He's a perfect example of a great change of pace back. Obviously, we'll go ahead and rank. No, we won't. We'll do it later. Breece Hall is the number one back for the Jets. And Braylon Allen, yeah, he's not a 1, but he's also not going to get the chance to try to be a 1. He's a change of pace back. He's your goal line. He's massive. He's like 20 years old, and he's like 6'4", 240. Not really. He's not that big, but he's huge either way. And, yeah, he's kind of a perfect example of this. You know, Breece Hall is more of your do-it-all guy, and this guy's going to come in to just clog the lanes. End of story. Isaiah Pacheco, he is decent, I guess, maybe even mid. I don't know. He's incredibly overrated. You know, basically just runs through the lines like, my brother's dead, and, like, gets a 4-yard gain. He's not that good. Just not that good at all. He's fine. He's fine. Like, he's just not special at all. Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell. I feel like change of pace back makes a lot of sense for him because it's really the only role he's played, but I feel like he's done enough and he's, like, productive enough, even in the role that he has, to be mid. I'll give him that much. Travis Etienne, mid. At best. On a good day. Yeah. Rachaad White sucks. Horrible. Terrible. I hate him. If you've been around my channel for a while, you would probably know me and Rachaad White just don't get along. He sucks. He's just not good. And people thought he was so good. He's just not. And then he comes in and there's a backup and he gets beat in 4 minutes because he sucks. He's not good. Okay? I'm the president of the Rachaad White Hate Club. Breece Hall, definitely a number one back. Can do it all. I think had he not been on the Jets, had he been on basically any other team, we would see a lot different of a career for him. I predicted this past year that he may have even been as good as being the offensive player of the year. That didn't happen. But, you know, I think Breece Hall's incredible. I really do. I think his O-line sucks and he's in a weird spot. Anyways, Tony Pollard. Decent. That's moving Pacheco down to mid. Yep, I like that better. Decent. I will admit I'll tell you when I'm right, and I'll tell you when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Tony Pollard. I thought going to Tennessee he was going to be just wasted. And honestly, he was their only offensive productive player last year. So, more power to you, Tony. Blake Corum. At this point in his career, change of pace back, that's about all he is. He's kind of just a power back. You don't really see any much out of him. Ray Davis, that's not really a way to... See, he's going to fall into this number 2 change of pace because he's been in the league a year and had zero opportunity to do anything else. So, whatever. Najee Harris. He's a good back. People don't want to say it, but he is. Being a Pittsburgh fan, it was very frustrating to see the way we used him. He was poorly utilized the entire time he was in Pittsburgh, and I kind of am going to cry every time I see the fact that he's probably going to have 1,500 to 1,700 rushing yards next year for the Chargers. But anyways, Derrick Henry, he's elite. Can't argue with it until he changes. You just can't. Alexander Madison, trash, terrible. Rico Dowdle, mid. Oh, he had such a good year. Shut up, bro. He was fine. He did good. He wasn't special. End of story. Audric Estime, number 2, change of pace back. We kind of a Braylon Allen, power back special. Yeah, Rashawn Johnson, probably trash. He's had enough chance, honestly, in his situation to do more, and he hasn't done it. He was a guy who really I thought would be better, and he's just not. McCaffrey, he's elite when he's healthy. Get over yourself. The problem is when he's healthy. Absolutely, there's an issue there, but when he is healthy, he's absolutely freaking elite. He's one of the best players in the league. So, end of story. Kyron Williams, this one's going to be spicy. He's good. I think that's about it. I don't think he's a number 1 back. I mean, number 1 back is not, he's a number 1 on his team, obviously. Duh. So is Najee. But, I mean, like, these are like your top-end running backs. They're not elite, but they're top-end, right? I don't see Kyron Williams as top-end. I just think he's really good. You know, good is not a bad tier. It's not a bad tier. I am probably the most overhyping Najee Harris more than I am bringing down Kyron Williams. So, whatever. Jonathan Brooks, he's dead. There's nothing to give to him. He has not been healthy. I'll put him here because he hasn't had a chance to do anything else. Nick Chubb, at this point in his career, good. He was not that special last year. Really lost. He was definitely elite before, but anymore, he's not even a number 1 back right now. He's just good. And that's honestly maybe even a little generous. I can't give him anything else right now with where he's been. Jordan Mason, I'd say decent. No, I'll say mid. If I've got Pacheco here, he's got to be mid. He's a solid, backup, number 2. Like, if you can need him to play a game, he'll be fine. Absolutely. Just not special. I'm going to move Pacheco up. He just is very much fringe in the decent tier. Tyler Algier, he's really just a change of pace back, especially now that Bijan exists. And, yeah, suck it. Wright. Oh, gosh. Who is Wright? This is the rookie, Jalen Wright. He's from Tennessee. He hasn't done anything yet in his career, so we're just going to put him here because this is also either number 2 change of pace or like rookies who have had 0 chance to do anything. Saquon Barkley should probably have his own tier. He's elite, and he's the best running back in the league. And honestly, hot take, it's not close. Talent-wise, it is just not even fathomably close. Derrick Henry, as good as he is just such a different player. He's not even the same. He has a physical advantage that 99% of players don't have that just changes everything. Charbonnet, change of pace back. He's not special. Honestly, I'll give him mid because he's kind of like a Jordan Mason. He's played a decent amount whenever Walker's been hurt. But yeah, that's about it. Jahmyr Gibbs, number 1 back. He surprised me in his career so far. I'll say I'm a little wrong about him. Didn't think he'd be quite as good as he is. Dude's phenomenal. He is a phenomenal football player, and I love watching Jahmyr Gibbs play football. Ty Johnson was the Miami Heat shooting guard. That was the worst time of my life, actually. He's trash. He's not really good. He's literally good for like 5 downs a game, and then if you're being honest with yourself, you're not really hyping up Ty Johnson. He does some good stuff here and there, but it's just not special enough. You may say change of pace back, but honestly, I think Alex Madison and him are the same player to a point. I mean, they're not, but like they are. They don't play the same, but they're very similar. Devin Singletary, if there was a textbook version of mid, it would be Devin Singletary, okay? Yeah, end of story. Cam Akers, basically Devin Singletary too. J.K. Dobbins, he's Tony Pollard. Very decent. I think he was overblown last year with the Chargers. He's not as good as he was made on the Chargers. I think the Chargers have a really good running attack, and he's never been able to stay healthy until last year, and that was even a little bit of a there. So Dobbins, he's decent. He's just not amazing, but he's still, a good back. If he's your 1, these guys, if they're your 1, you're like, I'm not worried about it. Like, that's about it, right? You're kind of you're chilling. Trey Sermon, change of pace back. No, actually, probably an XFL stud. He kind of sucks. He's not good at all. Devon Achane. He can't stay healthy. He's not playing enough games. He's been spotty. He's going in good. He's probably the top of, these aren't ranked particularly, but I'll give him at least just for benefit of the doubt the top of good because if he can stay healthy, if he can put a season together, this guy could be number 1 back material. Absolutely. Is this like Sincere McCormick? I think that's his name. Trash. Garbage. XFL stud? Probably not. He probably sucks worse than that. Joe Mixon. Hot take alert. Hot take alert. He's decent, and that's it. Joe Mixon is so overrated. Every single year. Every single year. First 12 weeks, he looks great. Have 1 week where he's down, maybe get hurt once or twice, get a little high ankle here or there. Then, week 14 on, garbage. Sucks. Terrible. Worst back in the league. He's not even as good as Trey Sermon, okay? This guy has a problem, and I don't know what it is, but he sucks. Joe Mixon, hot take here, he's not that good. He had a better year this year than usual, but I'm going to have to see it more than once because in your career, you've looked so good for the Bengals so many times and then just fallen off the biggest cliff in the world. So get out of here. Jonathan Taylor, when he's healthy, number 1 back, no doubt about it. Kareem Hunt, decent. Mid. We'll go mid. We'll go decent. Nope, we're going mid. Yep, we're going mid. Tyrone Tracy. I like what I've seen from him. Very, very young in his career. At this point, he's a change of pace back. Very easily could hop up to decent with this next year. Maybe even good in the next year if he has another good year. Tyjae Spears. Change of pace back. Like Tyjae Spears a whole lot. Just hasn't had the opportunity. That's basically it. Austin Eckler. I'm going to hype him up a little bit here. Decent. Mainly because just his role he played for that Commanders team was so important. And he did so well, just like taking the back seat kind of to Brian Robinson and even just giving him the ability to do that, but just being available and being like such, just a quality player after what he went through with the Chargers and all that. Chuba Hubbard. Oh, that's tough. Perfectly in the center of good and decent. I don't think he's really on the tier of any of these guys yet, but he's definitely surpassed all of these. He's going at the back of good, and he'll stay there. I don't think I would take all of these guys, tuning for age. Obviously, like Chubb, right now I take Hubbard over him because Chubb's old and probably not going to have a good season ever again. But let him prove it, okay? That's all it is. Kamani Vidal hasn't had a chance. Jalen Warren, decent. Not a, all right. Mixon has to come up. Can't do that. Can't do that. Jalen Warren's decent. Yeah, that's where I'm sitting him with the Dobbins-Pacheco area. That's definitely accurate. Pollard, Dobbins-Pacheco area. Yeah. Mixon comes up. All right, I'll give him that. What is Goodson? Is it B.J. Goodson or something like that? Oh, gosh, I'm going to look that one up in a second. Isaac Guerrero. Change of pace back. Perfectly change of pace back. Zach Moss. Ooh, mid. Not special. Definitely not special. End of story. Raheem Mostert. Give me decent. Yeah, he's old. But until he proves he's bad, I'm not going to make him bad. Dameon Pierce, at this point in his career, he's a change of pace back. He's just kind of what he is. It's not really much different than that. Call it what it is. Trey Benson hasn't had a chance. Move on. Aaron Jones, good. He's a good player. Good player for sure. Yeah, good player. Javonte Williams. Mid. Yeah, Jerome Ford, mid. Khalil Herbert, mid. Chris Rodriguez, trash. Samaje Perine, trash. Jaleel McLaughlin, let's be real, XFL stud. Maybe, probably, actually. I'll give him the credit of that one. He's probably an XFL stud. Keaton Mitchell, change of pace back, absolutely, especially in the role he plays for Baltimore. Ramondre Stevenson, I'm a bit of a Ramondre Stevenson truther. Give me decent, at least in that one. Good player. That's for darn tootin'. Running out of some space here, so moving it down. This is Tyler Goodson. Really not had a lot of chance, but trash. Let's be real. Zamir White, XFL stud. I'll give him probably as well. Alvin Kamara, at this point in his career, he's going to get an honorary title of good. I honestly probably should put him in decent, but honorary for good this time around. That's what we're going to call it. Justice Hill. He's the definition of a change of pace back is what he is. Just what it is. Sean Tucker, probably change of pace, but I'm going to call him trash because it is what it is. Tank Bigsby, probably a change of pace back. He'll get that much. Gus Edwards, change of pace back. Power back, uniquely talented in the power back. Antonio Gibson, mid. DeAndre Swift, oh, this was disgusting. I don't like this at all. He's there. Yeah, he's decent. That's it. David Montgomery, I'm going to put him in good, back of good, though. No, honestly, I'll take him over Mixon. Yeah, he'll go there. That's good. I guess this tier is kind of sorted. It's really just kind of like chunks. Like, these 4 altogether is good. Then Jones. No, these 5 altogether is good. Not that these are in order, but we'll do that. Chubb's kind of a stopping point. Then we got Montgomery. Montgomery could even jump up here, potentially. But we're going to leave him here for now. Then Mixon and Hubbard Kamara kind of tied for different reasons. But anyways, James Conner, decent, fine player. Bucky Irving, let's be real, he's decent. Don't overhype him. That's what happened to Rachaad White. Get over yourself. Bijan Robinson is a number 1 back. End of story. He just is. He definitely is. Josh Jacobs, this one is hard. He's going to number 1 back. I'm going to put him in the best spot up here because ultimately, I think he's done more than Breece Hall. He's had more years, but he has. But is he on the level of Barkley, Henry, and McCaffrey when healthy? No, he's not. He just isn't. Be real. Come on. Bijan Robinson. Brian Robinson. There. Yep. Kenneth Walker. Good. When he's healthy, he's good. Chase Brown. Change of pace back in all reality, but he's going to get mid. And James Cook. Oh, good Lord. They saved the worst for last. Not that he's the worst player here. James Cook fans are... I like the Bills, man. They really probably are my second favorite team right now. But Bills fans are almost just mentally ill when it comes to their players. James Cook, if we're being honest, if it wasn't for Josh Allen, this guy'd be a lot worse than he was. He has a role because of Josh Allen's dump-off ability and playmaking ability. And it's a role that is amplified to the umpteenth degree. He is no better than Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson. He's not. He just isn't. I don't care what his production was. You put Jalen Warren in the same role, he's doing the same thing and probably running the ball better. DeAndre Swift, same thing. These guys are old. Bucky Irving, same thing. Like, let's be real. Come on now. I like James Cook. I do. But, like, we got to be analytical of the situation involved with the player as well, right? You got to at least give that some thought. Either way, that is it for this list. Let me make sure you can see them all. I think that's a pretty good list. I ain't going to lie to you. So, in order, these three, yeah. In order-ish, these three, yeah. I'll give it to you. This one's kind of chunked out. A-Chain to Montgomery's kind of one. Then, like, Mixon's kind of on his own. And then these guys, like, Kamara and Walker just can't stay healthy. Hubbard, he needs to prove it longer than just 1 year that he's had good. Pollard, Dobbins, Cook, Pacheco, Warren, Stevenson, Swift are all really solid. The rest of these guys are either too old or too young. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I'll end this video. But let me know what you think down below. Who did I overrate? Who did I underrate? And let me know what you think. What do you think about James Cook? Because apparently, I already know. That one's going to get me in a whole lot of trouble with you guys. Either way, check out Dubby. Leave a like, subscribe, do all those good things. It don't cost you a single thing. The W does, but the liking and subscribing doesn't. And I'll see you on the next one.